Hello, welcome to this lesson where we are looking at rotational symmetry, specifically the order of rotational symmetry. Please remember that our channel is here to provide lessons from grade 8 up to 12 in tandem with the Zambian syllabus. Mathematics is made easy on this channel, so please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share. All right, so this is the lesson under rotational symmetry. From this one, I'm also going to present a lesson on the planes of symmetry, because those two concepts are the ones that appear in our syllabus. Okay, those two are the ones that appear in our syllabus. Okay, so let's start. The order of rotational symmetry. What are we talking about when we're talking about the order of rotational symmetry? A shape, can we read together? A shape has rotational symmetry if the rotated image looks like the original shape. If the rotated image looks like the original shape. Okay? Then, the order of rotational symmetry is the number of times the image of the shape coincides with the original shape within a foot 10, okay, of 360. I hope we are together. Okay? For instance, what they're talking about here, or maybe before that, let me show you what is in this book. Okay? Let me show you what is in this book. Here, the order of rotational symmetry is the number of times a shape looks the same during 1 foot 10. Okay, so I want us to look at 1, 2, 3. This can be any number greater than or equal to 3. Okay, this can be any number greater than or equal to 3. Equal to 2. Okay, so if you have a figure or an object that doesn't have, okay, that doesn't have the order of rotational symmetry, or that has 1, it's like we're talking about the same thing. So for instance, if you're looking at this one, if you're looking at this, it cannot be rotated to give us an image that is going to look like this one. So in other words, this one, it's as good as saying it has only one order of rotational symmetry, which is the original. So it's as good as it does not have. I think that is the point that is being mentioned here. So let's look at these 3 figures here. The first one here. If A turns to any of the positions A, B, or C, the shape will look exactly the same. Okay? The shape will look exactly the same. So in other words, if the question is state the order of rotational symmetry of this figure here, we were going to say rotational symmetry of order 3, or the answer was going to be 3. Because what we are saying is that when you rotate this, when you bring this part for A here, when it comes to B, the image is going to look the same as the original. Okay? Because B is going to come here and C is going to go there. Again, the same thing. So that is what we mean. The same thing applies to this one. If J turns to J, K, L, or M, the shape will look exactly the same, and then it has the rotational order of rotational symmetry is what? 4. Because when you move this point to bring it here, it is going to look exactly the same when you rotate it. Okay, so I hope you can read on one of, these three, and they will give you the gist and the understanding of what is expected. If this diagram came in the exam, one of these diagrams came in the exam and they are asking you to state the order of rotational symmetry. For the first one, we are saying it can be rotated 3 times without you noticing that it has been rotated, except that now that it has got labels, you'll only be able to tell that it has been rotated because this M is going to move from this point to go to there, meaning that is how the image is going to look like, but the shape will still look exactly the same. So the order of rotational symmetry, here is what you need to know, is the number of times a shape looks the same during one full turn. During one full turn, it is as simple as that. The order of rotational symmetry is the number of times a shape looks the same during one full turn, which is 360 degrees. All right, which is 360 what? Degrees. Now, I want us to go further and look at this one. I hope you are able to see this. This is how it is. This is how it is. I hope we are able to see this thing as it is here. All right? I hope we are able to see. So we want to look at the order of rotational symmetry of this. This is a pyramid. This is a pyramid which is we are talking about a square based what? Pyramid. A square based pyramid. You can also have a rectangular based pyramid. You can also have a triangular based pyramid. Okay, what are we saying? Where the base is a square in this case. The base is a square. The base is a square. So we are calling this one a square based. Please, this part, ignore it, take it as a square. Okay, it just broke here. So now we are saying what is the order, or state the order of rotational symmetry of this square based pyramid. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate here. I'm going to demonstrate what we are talking about. I hope you're able to see. This is how it is, isn't it? This is how it is. Okay, so I hope you're able to see it. So I'm going to do this. Okay, this is how it's supposed to be. Now, this is the original. Okay, now take for instance here we have got this part which was broken, so we are going to use this as in the guide. Now, when we move this same part, when this part moves from here, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, when this part moves here, we're going to have, it has moved from where it was to this, but this thing, yes, we have rotated it, but what has happened? It is still looking what? Exactly the same. So we have 1 there. Okay, we have 1, and then we can move on this back to this one. Okay, we have the second one. Okay, and then we can, are you seeing? This point now, which is broken, is at this point. Okay? So, this is the third one. When it goes back in the original, we have 4. So this one, it has got what? It has got, it is going to look exactly the same. Exactly the same. You can rotate it 4 times, but it will still look exactly the same because the square is, the base is squared. The base is squared. So it has the order of rotational symmetry of this one is 4. Is 4. So take note of that. And remember, I did mention for the square based, this is what I demonstrated. The rectangular base, what are we talking about? The base is going to be rectangle. Okay? So it will mean that this will only have 2. This will only have 2 as opposed to this case. What about the triangular base? Okay? The triangular base pyramid. The triangular base pyramid. Where the base here is a triangle. I think we have such a question in the exam. I can show you. Okay. This question came in what? 2020 last year. You can read the diagram below. Is a right triangular pyramid ABC with the base AB is equal to BC. That is equal to the 3 sides are equal of the base. Then what is the order of the rotational symmetry of the pyramid about OD? About OD, okay? About OD. So you can, this, it is basically going to be 3. It's 3 here. That's our answer. When you have got something like this one. So what they are saying is that the base is a what? Is a rectangle, and then you've got a center here, okay, which you are using to rotate it. You've got a center here which you are using to rotate it. Okay? And they are saying this, if this is 8, this is also 8, this is 8. So this pyramid here, which has a triangular base, is going to be rotated 3 times and it will still be looking the same. Why? Because these are the same. So that is what you are supposed to expect here. Okay? So you need to understand this and that. Okay? That's very important. Then you also have this. I think this is basically what they were talking about there. This is basically what was being talked about, except that this one, it is not a pyramid, but it has got a shape of what we're talking about there. Okay? You've seen it? This. Okay? This is what we are trying to talk about here. So what we are saying is that how many times can this be rotated and it is going to look the same? This one, it is going to be 3 times. So it has the order of rotational symmetry of this one is 3. When you rotate it, 3 times, it will be looking like the same, like the original. Okay? You won't see that it has been rotated. So that's all about the order of rotational symmetry. It's the same thing. What about this one? What about this one? Look at this one. So for this one, you are going to say, because the bottom is a circle. The bottom is a circle. You are going to say the order of rotational symmetry could be what? I think we can say many or uncountable or infinite. Okay? Because it's as many times it can be, and it will still be the same. So the order of rotational symmetry of something like this one, it is many. This is the same as a cone. When you have a cone, you know that the bottom, the base is a circle. So it can be rotated as many times as possible. So take note of that. What about this one? Okay. Take note. What about this one? How many times can we rotate this one? You just count the sides here, or the vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this can be rotated 5 times, and it won't be easy to tell that it has been rotated. The image and the object will be the same. Okay? That you can rotate it, it will be looking the same. That is all about that. Okay? What about this one? What about this one? Okay? This, it will be 4 times. It will be 4 times also this one. Okay? It will be 4 times this one. Okay? Lastly, I can show you this one. What about this one? What will be the order of rotational symmetry? Okay, if you look at it, this, okay, so this is going to be like just 2. It will be 2. Okay, it will be 2. There's this part, and then there's another one where the other side comes this, so that will be 2. So this one will have 2. Okay, have 2. I think that is basically what you need to know about the order of rotational symmetry. That basically, for my understanding, that's what you need to know about the order of rotational symmetry. But I can give you, so this is something like an exercise, something that you can just try to, okay. When you look at these paper questions from the past paper, this is just something that is drawn here where there's B. It's just something that is drawn, but basically what they are demonstrating or what they are trying to show, it's this one. Okay, it's this one. Okay, a cuboid with a square. This is what they are showing here. Okay, except that it's drawn. So there's this point, that's why I used to, we have the second one. The second one here. Okay, so you have to read. Okay, these are paper questions from the past exam papers. Oh, this one I already showed you. Okay, this one I already showed you. We said the answer is 3. Okay, so for question 1, they're saying for each of the shapes in exercise 6K, questions 1 to 6 state the order of rotational symmetry. Oh, okay. The exercise that they're talking about is this one here. So these are the ones that they're talking about. State the order of rotational symmetry of each of these. Okay, so you'll discover that some of them they do not have, or they just have one, because this exercise was not meant for the order of rotational symmetry. Okay, so we go back to the exercise. Second one, draw a shape. Draw shapes with these orders of rotational symmetry. Okay, shapes of your own, you can do that. Then there's also these 2 questions here, very important. Okay, copy and complete these grids so that they have rotational symmetry of order 1. So each one of them you should do 2. The first one should have rotational symmetry of order 2, and the other one 4. So each one of them should have 2. Then there's this one here, examination style questions. Write down the order of rotational symmetry there. Okay. In fact, under this same one, I can give you another one that required you to shade. Okay, so read this question A. Question 20A. On the diagram in the answer space, shade 3 more triangles to make a pattern with rotational symmetry of order 3. Okay, this was the question. So you needed to shade 3 more so that you should have, okay, think of which ones. Okay, this is 20, the exam was for 2020 GCE, Examinations Council of Zambia. All right, so this is a short lesson that I thought I should present, and rotational symmetry. I hope you've gotten the concept and you'll be able to answer the questions that I gave you. This is my name. I'm going to present more lessons. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can watch each and every lesson that we upload. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to this channel.